Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Garden Tractor Crazy. I know it's been a couple years since I made the last video, but I figured I'd let you get an update on the fleet so far. You've probably seen this one before. This is my 74 140. You can see it has a engine in it now compared to I think last time where it didn't. It's pretty much, well, it's not really together per se, but it's getting there. I just gotta get carburetor and the governor part that goes between the cable and the actual governor on there. It's only two things I'm missing. This part that goes here at the spring, and maybe also new voltage regulator, because this engine has the old 10 amp stator on it. But yeah, it's slowly getting there. Everything else is hooked up, but you know, the wiring, and I got to put a couple bits and bobs in it because it's mainly been a parts tractor for a year or two. Well, at this point 4 or 5, if I can, you know, say that. But then this is my brother's 140. It's 69 140. You probably seen this one if you went to the National Pike Steam Show. You've seen this one up there, and another addition to the collection I've had for a couple years now, but you know, just decided to come out with and show you guys is this little gem right here. Well, I should say diamond in the rough, more or less. This is my 1964 John Deere 110. I got this, I don't know, May 2020, I believe. Right before the pandemic really started, so. But I put the headlights on from a different tractor. It's a new seat cover. The old one's actually sitting right here. The original the owner bought with the tractor. It's seen better days, and I figured I'd put a new one on just to, you know, give this one a break. And maybe I'll put it on every now and again for shows, or maybe mount it on the wall or something. But I think this thing's seen its, you know, fair share of use. But this thing runs actually pretty good. I got a snow blade, a snow blower, and a mower deck with this. And I actually got those single notch wheel weights off of a different tractor. I put them on there. But it did come with the original front wheel weights, which I had to put on eventually. I just got to get bolts. But the other one's floating around here somewhere. I'm not exactly sure, but it's here. And then this is my brother's 88 Jeep Comanche pickup that he's fixing up and putting back on the road. As you can see, it's a little rusty here and there, but it's definitely a pretty cool truck. And as you can see, here's my 78 1250. Pretty much in the same position it was last time I showed you guys. And then there's my 1450. I don't really recall if I've ever shown you guys that one. But so you can see, it's also kind of a project. We're eventually putting cradle mod on it with the piece of steel. Make it link the two sides together. It's more of a long-term project. And then under that cover, which is a original John Deere cover, is my 1970 John Deere 140 patio H3. It's eventually gonna get fixed. I just need to buy a hydraulic line because the one that goes between the pump and the valve is bad. So eventually that's a project that will get off the ground. But it is what it is. And over here, I don't remember if I've ever shown you guys this either, is my all original John Deere 80 cart brass tag. And it's actually really solid. The only bad thing is it's got a little bit of rust in the tailgate, which as you can see, it's just starting to go, which is kind of unfortunate for how nice this thing is. But yeah, it's got a lot of rust in it, as you heard. But there's the bottom of the tailgate. It's really starting to let go, but I mean, for what it is, being, you know, so old, I mean, the bottom of it's not even rusted out there, as you can see. Like, it is solid. This is an auction buy I bought, oh boy, probably 2019. And I've been looking for a 110 to go with it, which, like I showed you before, I had right here. Which, if you also went to the National Pike Steam Show, you probably also saw this one here at the show with that cart. And I still have the 332. It's in another location right now because we're out of room in this shed, kind of. So, but I still got it. Still runs good. Use it every now and again for this and that. But that's the collection so far. And then, like I said, it's my brother's tractor, and also kind of forgot to talk about that little guy right there. That is a 1962, 1961, I forget what exactly my brother said. That is a Burns B60, which, according to him, they only made 2,500 of, and he believes there's probably less than 100 left, because they got bought out by Gilson, like 1963, 64, somewhere in there, and they started just making them as Gilson B60s, I believe. And then they phased them out and they made them their own. But that is a Burns made, which is a fairly rare tractor. Like he said, you can't find any information pretty much online about it. And, oh, it doesn't have a serial plate. But anyway, that's a kind of a neat little tractor he's been fixing up and whatnot. But, yeah, there's the collection so far. 318, I still have. I kind of gave up on that project because I realized everything was wore out. So I decided to just say the heck with it and get rid of it. So it's, I mean, still on the farm. It's in a pile pretty much. Maybe one day I'll come back to it and do something with it, but at the moment I have not really done anything with it. Here's a closer look at the 110. It's a bit of a mess right now. I got to put a wiring harness in it because it's got a bunch of spots where it's worn through and etc. But I mean, it's a really, really nice tractor for being a 1964. As you can see, it's got the 3-speed in it. Got the belt cover, side cover, PTO works, and neutral switch doesn't, but, or no, the PTO switch, my bad. But the neutral switch works, still got the original key with it. So, I mean, this thing, like I said, is super early, but it's only 6424 on there, so definitely a neat little tractor. I'm glad I picked it up. And, like I said, that's the next tractor on the list for fixing up. I pretty much got it. I just got to find a couple parts, and it'll be running back together, and maybe I'll make a video about it if I remember to. And there's my Johnson 12 loader that Johnson 14. I forget exactly what it is. I think it's a 14 because the cylinders are on the front compared to the John Deere versions, which had it on the back side of the front arms there. But it's eventually going on tractor. I had it on the 318, and it's no longer going on the 318. I was going to put it on that tractor, but it would not work because the brake pedal's getting away. And, I'm still trying to find like a square fender 110, so what I'll put it on, so they only have single brake and the clutch on the opposite side, so it'll work a little better. Plus, that's what it was mounted on originally when I bought it, which it was adapted from a Bohlins tube frame, or an HT series. I forget exactly what it is. I know it was a Bohlins, but yeah, there's a collection at the moment. It's not quite as many as I used to have, but still have some of them, mainly the cooler ones. So, like I said, I'll definitely, if I might grab this thing out, later this week. And oh yeah, I forgot to say, today is Monday the 5th of June 2023. So I'll get this thing out. I want to use it with the dethatcher a little bit, run it through the yard and see how she rolls. But anyway, I thank you for watching, and the ones that are still hanging around, thank you for the support and whatnot. I will see you in the next one.